Hey there guys, thanks for joining us for a very special battle report. We're doing a sort of an entwined narrative campaign with Team Clueless. So Mike.
Hi there.
Right, so what's going to happen is we're going to do the first intro battle, which is going to be what you're looking at right now. And we'll get some more info on that in a sec. And then if you want to see the next mission, you can go over to the Team Clueless YouTube page and you'll see the next mission there.
God knows when it'll actually be up, because we haven't planned.
Yeah, when we actually play it, as we're about to play the first game right now. Right, so I'm going to give you a quick scan of the table because we've done a lot of effort into putting this together, like maybe about 20 minutes.
Yeah, you did so much of this, Jason.
Yeah, I provided the space. Yeah. What we're doing is we're playing in my garden because for once we have some sunshine here in the England.
In Luton.
We've got a barbecue going, we've got some beverages, we've got some boys.
Some more boys.
Yeah, some more boys. And we got the game. Right, Mike, tell us what's happening.
Okay, so we've got a 6x6 table. John is in charge of writing the fluff for the mission, so we'll let him add that after. But this mission is basically chaos are invading this Imperial planet. So this is the last bastion of Imperial defences in their capital city. There's a 2 foot by 2 foot area in the centre of the table. It might be 3 foot by 3 foot, 2 foot by 2 foot, where Jason and John have each deployed 1,500 points of their troops. Ash and I are playing the Chaos Invading Forces.
Liberators.
Liberators, the heroic invading Chaos Forces. Each of us has 1,000 points, which we bring on the table turn 1.
Yeah, anybody doing the math, the spider thing?
He's nice, I like the spider thing.
Aren't actually in my 1,000 points.
Yeah,
these are to come in later. So turn 1 we each get 1,000 points, but every turn after that we get an additional 500 points each. So at the end of turn 2 we'll have an equal number on the board, and continuing on, Chaos are just going to get more and more points, so the Imperials are going to lose. But there aren't objectives this mission. What we have are 3 special VIP models. So we can see them here. The Planetary Governor is there. Over here is the commander of the PDF of the planet. Here's there. And the astropath of the city is there, their only way to contact Terra. So they have the 3 VIPs, and the way it's working is we're doing a 5-game narrative campaign, which we've set out the kind of like the basic plot for, which we might add on in another video, quite possibly. But each mission we play of the campaign will have rules, depending on the outcome of the campaign, that will affect future battles. So in this battle, if they manage to evacuate any of these models off the table, they have special rules that will affect them depending on the model. So
any table edge?
Say again? Any
table edge?
Any table edge. The rule is you have to get to the table edge, and at the start of your movement phase, either the model or the vehicle it's embarked upon have to be within 2 inches of the table edge, and then they can move off the next turn. So you can't just roll off during a turn, you have to get there and wait a turn to give us a chance to kill them. Yeah. So there'll be rules going forward. So let's take the Governor for example. If you get him off the table edge, the Imperials will get to have an additional Warlord trait on their Warlord for all future battles in the campaign. So quite powerful, he's the most important piece. But if we are to capture him, which we've designated as killing close combat, then we've taken him and we get all his information, so we get that rule. He's a bit kind of like opposite. You get the same power as we do for killing him, but the other 2 have different abilities depending on whether they survive or we capture them. Like if the Chaos capture the astropath in a future battle, we can sacrifice her during one of the turns and gain some more psychic power points to use. But the Imperials get to manipulate their reserve rolls for future games if they get off the table. So that's really the only important thing, is if they get off the table, the Imperials have kind of won. If we've captured them, we've kind of won. But it's a bit of just a chance to have a big mashup.
Yeah, that's right. Army-wise, me and John have taken very sort of, I want to say, thematic armies. What we would look for in a sort of a defensive situation. So just a quick rundown of mine. Mine's got a command squad, which is right over there, and then I've got 2 platoon commands, 3 infantry squads, a veteran squad, a Lehman Russ tank squad with I think it's a demolisher, a vanquisher, and a battle tank. And then I also have a heavy weapon squad with the las cannons, and I have a Valkyrie in reserve.
Coming in to rescue the Governor.
That's right.
Oh, hopefully.
John?
Mine's similar, predominantly all infantry. It's just a platoon with 4 infantry squads, which are all panned out here. Bulgarin unit, which are protecting the Planetary Governor. Also have a missile launcher squad up here, HQ with the astropath in there, and then there's a couple of sneaky assassins on the board. There's the Vindicare and the Calidus is hiding in the midst.
They've obviously arrived early to the planet to help out.
Well, you know.
I think Ash and I, our starting 1,000 points are mainly made up of Chaos Space Marines in Rhinos. We've got a Vindicator, there's a Chaos Lord on bike leading a squad of Spawn, and there's some normal Chaos Marines as well. And a Dreadnought with a las cannon. Sorry, a Hellbrute with a las cannon.
Okay, so there you got the rundown of the mission. You got a look at the table, got the idea of what we're doing. So we'll come back on end of round 1. Right, so this is the end of Chaos turn 1. Let's take it away, Mike.
So it was a pretty good turn for us. You can see we've come on the board in various places. So we bought a Vindicator and a Dreadnought on, sorry, Hellbrute on over here.
With the Rhino.
Rhino here, and then we've spread out around the table. So we've got a Rhino here which immobilised itself, but then managed to repair. Our Cultist on down here.
I love the cultists, by the way. They look cool.
Well, they're Ash's Cultists.
Yeah, that's why they look cool rather
We've
than
got
yours.
another Rhino here, Plague Marines. These models here are just in
Reserve.
inside the Bastions and in reserve at the minute. And then the Biker Lord and his Spawn, which I haven't run yet actually. They run 4 inches forwards. So they've come on this side to hold this flank. So we're basically coming in and pincering the Imperials in the centre and hopefully going to survive and then kill some stuff.
And the shooting phase?
Shooting phase, Ash, what did you do in the shooting phase?
I managed to actually land a hit with my Vindicator and kill 2 Ogrids and 2 Guardsmen. 2 Ogrids are obviously worth more than 2 Guardsmen.
Yeah, it was night
90
fighting.
points.
Night fighting, they were on top of a ruin. They had a 2-up cover save.
3 up, but we went
They
to
went
ground.
to ground
Yeah.
as well, so they couldn't move. So,
Yeah, with
2-up
the
cover save, 2 failed their saves still.
Jesus, double 1, John. Come on.
And
And they're so beautifully painted as well.
I feel bad killing beautiful models. That's
Yeah.
why I should have targeted Jason's stuff first.
Yeah, we should
The other thing that happened was that Rhino over there immobilized itself, but then fixed itself in the shooting
he's obviously
phase.
got a Tech Marine or something inside, or a Chaos Tech Marine.
So that was, oh, and your one crashed through the wall over there, but passed its immobilized
Yep.
check as well. So that was the state of turn 1, wasn't it?
That's it, and we'll be getting 500 points of reinforcements each arriving on our turn next.
So now,
I think there's a Helldrake or 2 coming in.
oh balls, we need to spread out, man.
we're dead.
All right, let's wipe out what's here first.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's probably going to be like 2 models left on our side.
Oh, crap, I just stood in a hole.
I wrote the rules for this mission. I have no clue how balanced it is, so...
Extremely unbalanced.
But it's just for fun anyway.
Exactly
All
right. We're meant to die.
Okay, let's go.
We're
Okay, so this is the end of Imperium turn 1. I'll do my side of the board, which was very brief. I didn't do a lot of movements. I moved this Chimera first with the Princep in, thinking I get 8 inches there and then a couple more over the barrier, but rolled a 1 on my immobilized test.
Yeah,
Great.
you noticed there was a gap in our defences in that corner, hadn't
Yeah.
you? And you were trying to exploit it.
Just a quick brief shot off the board. No. The
fell
chaos,
into our trap.
the chaos gods are against us, mainly because we're not chaos. So then I filled up the gap with this Chimera and I pushed out the Lehman Russ tank there with the other Chimera over there. As you can see, there's not a lot of dead stuff around us because in my turn I cast a couple, or what do you call it? Orders, bring it down on there with the camouflage one. You can't take
ignore
cover
cover.
save.
You don't even know what you're saying.
No.
He's just stringing random words together.
I think they make sense.
And what else did I do? I did this one here with that one there with the pinning rule.
He did suppressive fire.
Yep.
And
There we go.
on the-
Tank.
he did fire on my target against Vindicator.
There we go.
And then
Good Ash.
he also had bring it down on them, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
There we go. This is why I brought these guys around. Okay, so
The Vindicator is fine.
yep, 3 las cannons, only 1 hit, didn't do nothing. And then I fired everything, those plasma gunners, everything that could fire from this Chimera, the multi-laser, the heavy bolters, the 2 plasma guns at this Rhino. I did about 1 or 2 hull points. Multi-laser, 2 melter guns from there, 1 more point. Then both missile launchers from the Bastion, the guys in the Bastion and the guys on top of the Bastion, to finally take out the final point.
Taking out that Rhino.
That's right, my entire left flank
It's more than
took
John
out
did.
Rhino.
Well,
Woohoo!
not bad. In fact, you got both rhinos, didn't you?
Yeah, in fact I did, yeah.
Good on you.
This lot here fired everything they had at this Rhino and did nothing. In fact, this Rhino is invisible.
It is, 'cause the guy on top of him is going, ping, 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 ping.
I had a squad inside the Bastion as well, which fired the missile launcher that missed, but the grenade launcher took a hull point off. And then my battle tank took out the final hull point, wrecking the Rhino. Nurgle dude spilled out. And the Demolisher, is it Demolisher?
It is. It killed 3 of my heroic Nurgle
That's
Marines.
And that is the extent of my
Contribution.
contribution, that's right, yeah. Alright, John, what did you do?
I had a turn.
You got a score.
Of moving some dudes.
I moved some of these around, did some orders up here, and bought them because they both went to ground. So the unit got back up, and the Ogrins got back up, and then they slid down these missile chutes with the VIP, so they're inside along with the.
Did they block up the
retreated
move?
inside to the building, just going to hope these cows go away.
Because they were in there.
Somebody
Once it was
doesn't
closed.
issue an order to launch missiles.
Did some shots, wounded the spawn, go me.
Woohoo!
Missile launchers, I think, took one of the whole points
They
off,
did,
so
yeah.
I'll take a fraction of credit for that.
What about the Vindicator, John? He's pretty awesome,
Yeah, the
isn't he?
Vindicator turned out to be a Vindicant.
Oh yeah! Or Vindy Miss.
He shot at the other Vindicator, rolled a 1 to hit, it's got a reroll, rolled a 2. So, he's crap.
Where are the other 2 dudes? Oh, one's over there.
One's in that, yeah, Chimera.
That one kind of like it retreated from this side, didn't it? It's
It's
gone
sort
over
of-
that way.
Did some amazing sort of
Look for the
8
big
point
gap.
turn.
Yeah.
Went for a gap
Left
there.
here, you
It's
see.
Nigel Mansell in that
he's
Chimera.
What is the state of the 3 VIPs at the end of turn? One is hiding
Inside the
inside
building
that, one is in an immobilised Chimera,
Chimera.
and one is in the centre of the board.
on the
You haven't
M25.
made a huge progress towards the edge of the table as yet.
Well,
Jason attempted to.
It's all part of our plan. We're lulling you
Running
guys
us
into a
the centre
yeah,
of the board, aren't you?
and then we're calling a nuke in. Okay, so you guys can take your turn too while I continue to do some cooking.
Excellent.
Sweet.
Okay, so this is the end of Chaos turn 2. The Chaos guys brought some reserves in. Let's
Yeah,
start with
we
you.
had 500 points extra.
What did
I
you bring
brought on a Helldrake. I had 2 obliterators. One that came down here, and he fired up at the Vindicator with an assault cannon. Didn't do any wounds though, the Vindicator's in cover. And you can see I've got another obliterator in the very centre of the table. You can see him underneath there. He fired into the back of the close by Lemon Russ with a twin-linked melter gun. Unfortunately, all I've done is stop it moving and firing, I think. So that's an okay result, but I was hoping to blow it up.
My thingy off
Oh,
thingy.
Ash has forgotten something.
Only
I also
brand of
brought
scalp
in
racks.
4 Terminators with combi weapons that came in the centre of the table as well, or tried to, but they scattered hideously and back off the table, so they'll be
Oh, I
coming in
probably
next
can't because it's
turn.
part of that unit, that's why I can do it.
What did you bring in on Ash?
I brought in the old Flyer.
Another
Who
Helldrake?
apparently has been nerfed, I don't know that. But
Only slightly.
yeah, he did. He killed some guardsmen with his Breath of Doom.
Yeah, he flamed down here.
Brought on
didn't he?
this Dreadnought, because it is a Dreadnought, not a Hellbrute, this one. Because he's not mutated yet.
And Shelob.
And Shelob, who really killed 1 guardsman with his Hades autocannons for the win, man.
Nice.
That's what Bastions are for, man. Take the withering fire.
So what
But
else?
We have
happened?
destroyed this Chimera.
Well, I don't mean we, Ash. You killed that Chimera. I don't have anything to do with it.
We is the general sense.
Yeah.
And Bilbo Baggins here is
He's
he's pinned.
Who is that? That's the defence commander, isn't
Yeah.
Yeah. And also they failed their
well,
contest.
even if he does survive, he's going to get fired.
He's got 2 units of Plague Marines who will hopefully do some damage to him.
Right, so you guys moved in closer.
Yeah, so over here I came in and my spawn assaulted the remains of this unit which Ash had flamed, and this other unit up here, who we need to move a bit closer because they're going to
thank you.
continue beating up this spawn. And John managed to kill 2 of my Chaos spawn, combined with Overwatch, and his sergeant's just losing it and tearing apart my toughness 6 Chaos spawn in close combat. I then rolled really badly on number of attacks back, and I think I killed maybe 2 guardsmen.
That's correct.
So I lost combat, but luckily the spawn are fearless, so they're still locked in combat. My Biker Lord had split off from the spawn. He charged into this squad, weathered all the Overwatch with his 2-up armour, and then he massacred, I think, 2 of them. They made their leadership, so they're stuck in combat.
The missile launcher guys dived off the
Missile
top.
launcher, I killed 1 with the flame from my Helldrake, and then the other 2 failed leadership, dove off the top and died on the fall. We were using the old rules for falling, which were in the previous edition of the game, because they don't have rules anymore. Over here, yeah, fine. Over here, my Marines disembarked and the Hellbrute moved up. The Marines fired into this squad, killed a few of them, including the missile launcher, but they made their leadership. And at the back over here, my Plague Marines, who were shot at last turn by the Demolisher, attempted to return the favour, walked up and failed to hurt the Demolisher with their 2 close-range melter guns. So they're supposed to be charging it. That's what they're supposed to be doing.
All right, we'll do that in a second.
We'll see what happens after. And anything else happen on this side? Don't think anything else happened on this side of the table.
No,
You've
my
still got a fair
Vindicator
amount
shot
left alive.
and did actually kill someone. As you can see, there's only his legs left. And his body got vaporised in the blast.
I also lost one of the last cannon guys and a
command
Voxcaster from my command, thanks to the Vindicated shell over there. And Ash destroyed this, and like he said, Shelob killed one of the guys up there. And also this is it Vanquisher?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a Vanquisher.
Can't move next turn.
It's immobilised.
Oh, immobilised, yeah. That's
Okay, do you want to do this exciting close combat on camera?
right. Alright, go on then.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Marines there. So 5 of them are going to use their crack grenades. Hitting on 3, so only 3 hits. Rear armour of that is 11, so I need 5 to glance it. So that does nothing.
Yay!
But the sergeant has a power fist.
Yeah, but he's stupid.
He only hits twice.
Yeah, but he's stupid.
Strength 8, needs 3 to glance it.
Damn.
1 glance, 1 pen. The pen is a 5 goes to 6. It's immobilised.
Yay!
So it's still happy to fire next turn. Damn it.
And it's down to 1.
1 whole point left, and it's been immobilised.
Okay, so state of the game at the end of turn 2.
Painful.
We are holding our lines as the chaos storm in.
You're not holding your lines, we're inside your lines. Look,
Well,
that's a defensive point, we're there. That's
we
a
are technically holding them with the
Yeah,
help of
our lines is over there, down there.
You've got 2 vendettas coming in, which can
Potentially
come in land
nothing.
and then
Yeah,
evacuate your
potentially.
VIPs.
All right,
It's never going to happen.
or take out our Helldrakes.
give you a quick scan of the battlefield.
It's a pretty cool looking battlefield. I'm loving this defence line scenery. I've never seen it kind of like on table before. It looks really good.
This is John's defense line scenery. I love the way Michael pointed out that John painted it like my army.
Yeah.
See you on.
John's army is all in black fatigues. Jason's army is in green.
Woohoo! Love it, John. Good
Well,
job, man.
It's not mine, it's Luton Tabletop Gaming Club.
That's right, yeah,
Come
yeah.
see us.
Get a plug in Thursday nights.
Oh, boom!
Okay, so we're gonna have some lunch, and then we'll come back with turn 3.
Yay!
Okay, so this is the guard turn 2, or Imperial Defenders turn 2.
Can't believe that was only turn 2.
Yeah.
Feels like we've played the entire game already.
Right, so my Valkyrie turned up, and John's Calidus Assassin turned up. He's still got a Valkyrie in reserve. But we came up with a plan. It's not a good plan, but it's a
was
plan
on the
nonetheless.
fly.
Yeah, on the fly. We've got Officer 1, Officer 2, and Officer 3 in 3 chimeras, all little conga line, heading for this side of the board. Because the only defenders for this moment being were these Argonauts. What are they called? Cultists.
Argonauts.
And we thought we had enough firepower to wipe them out and then pull through there. Because we had the Calidus with a flamethrower, a couple of multi-lasers, you know, a couple of guardsmen. But we didn't do enough fire, but they still broke and ran. So that's not too bad. And also the Dreadnought has been stunned, so it can't move or shoot next turn. And then we poured a lot more firepower into these Chaos Marines over here. I think we killed about 4 or 5 of them. And then John charged in with combat, killed one in combat. They put a wound back on the Ogrins in combat. So we've held them there, jammed them up, as someone likes to say. Everything else, the last cannons missed again onto the Vindicator down there. I fired this squad, the veterans, this squad up here, and the squad that was in the building, all onto these Marines here. Plus, right down there, underneath there was a demolisher, demolisher, which fired on them as well. And we killed a couple of guys, but not enough to do anything seriously to them. Let's see what else. Move along the table. Those guys had the order cost on them where they could run after they've shot, so they've piled out to the back of the bastion over here. I've still got another unit in the bastion. And John's Vindicant fired on the Vindicator again.
He hit this time?
Yeah, hit on a 2+. Just managed to hit. And then rolled a 2 for wounding, so no good there.
No good at all.
150 points of fail.
Yeah, just looks cool on the balcony, but doesn't have bugger all.
Looks sexy.
I lost my Demolisher. This is Demolisher?
Yeah, that was.
In the combat to the Marines, I tried picking them off with a couple of snapshot las cannons, but I couldn't. And John's flank is folding over here. The Spawn killed 1 in combat, but still managed to...
I think killed another 10 sweeping advance.
Yeah. And the Chaos Lord killed 1 more Guardsman, so he's still stuck fighting them. And all those guys up there came out from the bottom of the bastion, tried to do anything they could to kill that obliterator, but nothing.
I'm not sure he's even noticed you there, to be honest. There were loads of flashlights illuminating his
Yeah.
back, but didn't really hurt.
So that's the state of turn 2. Our little conga line, as you can see through the...
Our last hope.
I'm really hoping Jason immobilised himself trying to get over that last bit of cover.
So, that friggin' hole.
Is this thing here that's going to stop you, Jason?
Yeah.
This one bit of terrain.
The friggin'
That
trend.
would be hilarious. That rolls a 1. Okay, we're fine. That rolls a 1. Damn it, that rolls a 1.
So that's our plan. Conga line it out off that side of the board.
You have noticed there's a tank trap here, right, that you're heading
It's
towards?
alright, we've got
Well, yeah, we're gonna take a detour around there, go back up that way. Okay. 1,000 points of chaos coming on this turn. Let's go.
Let's kill on this turn. Unfortunately, we're having a few camera issues, so we're going to have to combine Chaos and Imperial turn 3s into one video, as the Chaos turn 3 file has been corrupted. So we're just going to go through reasonably quickly what we think happened. So first things on Chaos turn, we brought on our additional reinforcements, which included a load of screamers here, which flew across the board, managed to blow up the Black Chimera, disgorging its contents, which was the planetary governor, who's down here. Ash had brought on 4 obliterators, which he deep struck really close by. 2 mishapped, 1 has disappeared to the far corner of the table, and 1 is still off the table. 1 was here, as you can see, and 1 was over the other side. Combined, they managed to blow up this Chimera that was at the front, and then flame of the contents, causing loads of wounds, and just leaving these 2 models left. They then ran away, which was actually quite good for Jason and John, because they are now close to the board edge, and on turn 3 of the Imperials they managed to rally. Other things that happened on Chaos turn 3, the 2 Helldrakes swooped over and vector struck this Valkyrie to death. We did loads of exchanges of fire over here. Ash has brought on a load of bikes which came on this table edge and have run over here hoping to engage next turn. Lots of exchanges of fire, as I say, lots of dead models. Down here the Bullgrins are still engaged in combat with the Plague Marines, but I think the Plague Marines are winning through. The squad of Imperial Guard have been killed there. The Chaos Spawn killed another squad of Imperial Guard over here. Plague Marines down here managed to blow up this last remaining tank. The Chaos Lord has finished with his combat after many turns with a squad of Imperial Guard and can now move forwards.
10 guardsmen.
Yeah, not good for his points. I brought on some Flamers as well. They managed to flame a command squad, which is pretty useful. Up here, the Obliterator managed to multi-melter or twin-link melter gun the Vindicator Assassin who is standing on top of the Bastion. So all round pretty good. So Jace, what did the Imperials do on their turn?
Well, John's Valkyrie came Valkyrie came on.
Yep.
Just gunned it from the end of the board there.
Yeah,
all
it
the way
needs to
down
be in
here.
position to pick somebody up next turn if possible.
I had this Chimera where the Valkyries actually was.
Yep.
It blew off its gun and it's only got like 1 whole point left. So I gunned it over the wreckage of everything else.
Straight over those, making all
Into
your
the-
dangerous ranges and landed at the front.
Yep. And these 2 boys rallied. So if they can survive this turn, which I highly doubt, because there's a dreadnought here, which we tried firing everything else we had, which is not a lot.
Yeah, not a whole lot of anti-tank left.
Fired at that. My veterans over here are still running away as they panicked from all this chaos.
Oh, have you got a dice to hand, Jason?
Why? What do I need?
Well, speaking of that, you get a nice picture of Jason's armpit there. I don't think you fired. This melter gun's allowed to fire as it runs away, but it needs a 6 to hit.
Nope.
It didn't. Oh, that could have been some excitement on camera.
But the Calidus assassin did take out all the squad of Terminators. That
Yeah, I
just
brought
finally
on a
came
squad
down.
of Terminators down there, and it just rinsed through them. And you, Laz Cannoned, another obliterator who was there.
I mean, all we're trying to do basically at this point, I mean, it looks really grim for us, which it's supposed to, because the basis of the scenario is that
This is a chaos
are just
invasion.
piling in, and we need to get these boys to safety.
Down here you can see all these lovely smokestack John mates look awesome on the top of the tanks.
I don't know why this specific part of the map is safety, but you know.
Once you get past there, the chaos just ignore you. That's what happens. I think it's a cliff. It's a cliff, and they've got parachutes, so they're just running for the edge.
But I think you guys should try and pause the video now and then have a look. Just think how many of the guys we're going to get through.
So the three guys are the planetary governor there. There's the general of the armed forces there, and the astropath of the planet back there.
If we can get some of these guys,
They need to be able to move off the table on their turn.
Yeah. And it's the Chaos turn now. They've got another 1,000 points incoming, plus the 4,000 points they have on the board, roughly.
So Jace, how many do you think are going to make it off?
I think we're going to get one, man. I think we're going to get one.
You're going for one?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for one as well. I'm being optimistic for the Imperials. Ash?
Yeah, as I said on the previous attempts,
Don't say attempts, that gives away how many times we've recorded this.
I'm going to go with one, because if I think they get more than one off, then we've done really, really badly.
Yep. John? All three, going optimism. They've all got invulnerable saves, it's not beyond the pale.
Well, this guy's only got one wound left.
Yeah, you decided to foolishly take wounds on him for some reason. Okay, well, let's hope this video is recorded. I'm going to press the button and then look, and we'll come back in a minute with Chaos Turn 4.
Over them.
Acrobat flip. So, this is end of Imperial Turn 4? No, Chaos Turn 4. Getting ahead of myself. End of Chaos Turn 4. So what happened this turn? So first thing that happened was there was the Imperial Governor who was down here. So I deep struck in this excellently modelled Lord of Change. You love this model, don't you, Jason? It was a bit of a daring deep strike because I was 1 inch away from him and next to the table edge, but I landed there quite spectacularly and then opened fire with my psychic might. I cast a beam power, it shot through that chaos, that governor there, killed him and his bodyguard, and then failed to hurt anything else, which was kind of exactly what we wanted. We needed to kill him. We get more points, basically, or more advantage. We kill him in close combat, but he was so close to the table edge that get in there for shooting. Other things, there was the master of the defence forces was inside here. We managed to blow up his vehicle using an obliterator over here, but unfortunately that meant he could hide behind the hull of the vehicle and the rest of our army couldn't shoot at him. This dreadnought could attempt an assault but didn't get enough distance on his movement. Over here we really wanted to kill the astropath that was down here in assault because we get more bonuses for that, so we didn't open fire with our 2 Helldrakes. Ash charged in with his Chaos Plague Marines and I believe this big beastie thing here. Sure. And we managed to beat all of them up in close combat. There was a quite close challenge with Nork Degdog, but he managed to get killed by Ash's Chaos Lord. The Screamers, they flew over but didn't really do anything. Various other stuff happened on the table, like there was some combat over there with my Chaos Lord, but they're a bit too far away from the action, which is now focused down here, that it wasn't hugely important. Can you guys think of anything else happened this turn? I blew up this tank down here.
No, it's just yeah, lots of
the Bastion.
Go up there. Oh, John's bonehead managed to beat up the Plague Marine champion in close combat, smashing him about. So what it's boiling down to, so we have so far killed an astropath, meaning in a future game we can sacrifice her to the Chaos Gods and gain ourselves some bonuses. We have wiped out the governor of the planet, meaning they don't get big bonuses for escaping off the table, and we get a small bonus at the start of the next game, but they still have their commander of the defence forces down here. He has to get off the table edge in his turn. So he is about, somebody want to measure that just so we can figure out exactly how far away he is? I'll move around Jason.
He is
about 8 inches straight. you'll see Ash cunningly moved his bikes here to cock block.
I had to do such a dirty, slimy move because
he went for a shower afterwards.
somebody decided that, you know, they were going to deep strike their pigeon right where
That
my
pigeon killed him.
He could have deep struck there and fired that way.
So
it blocked my dreadnought from being able to charge.
well,
into
yeah,
there
it all
and-
worked out well.
Dissension in the
kind-of-ish.
chaos ranks.
So basically, he's got
what's
8
expected.
inches to move, but if he tries to go through this building here, he then has to do move through difficult terrain. If he splits off from the squad, he's actually got move through terrain special rules, so he gets to roll 3 dice. And then he could run to try and get off the board. So it's still, I reckon he's got a good chance, but with your 2 dice, we'll have to find out.
Okay, so this is the end of the game, and I was right. We got one off. Woohoo!
He made it. He got a 6 move through cover and then a 6-inch run, and he sprinted off the board.
Well done, Arnold.
What did we decide? That it was actually a cliff here, so he had a parachute, so he just leapt off. And
He's down here. At
for
the
some
bottom.
reason, the pigeon didn't follow him and eat him.
Well, the last turn wasn't all that significant, other than what we had to try and do was get him off.
Yeah.
But what we did do was try and get rid of the bikers. So we've rallied the veterans. John's veterans joined in
John
the
killed
fray.
half his own squad.
Yeah. The Vendetta, or Valkyrie rather, fired its missile pod there, but except using the ignition, it just dropped it out of the thing on top of them.
Wait,
Killed-
meant to go? Oh.
Killed 4 of them and 1 of me. What's dropping the pod out of there? Thump. We didn't do the combat over there.
No, no
'Cause-
point. This was the only important thing.
Yeah, all we wanted to do was
Calla just moved in, killed a bike, won a challenge.
after everything else fired at them. The pigeon took a wound, and that was that. So, what it ended was we got one off. So, in one of the future games, we get to get +1.
In every future game, you get to add +1 to your seize initiative rolls. So you seize initiative on a 5 or a 6, so that's quite powerful.
And what did you get for killing the astronaut?
We captured the astropath in close combat, meaning that during one turn
Sorry,
in any...
we?
Well,
We?
Ash captured her in close combat, meaning at some point in a future game, we only get 1 use, obviously, because we sacrifice her to the Chaos Gods, and we get D6 + 2 extra warp charge points for a turn, so we can really power boost our psychic phase in the future game. And because the governor died, he was the most important piece. He gave biggest bonus if we captured him or you got him off alive. Because we just killed him, it kind of like your morale suffers a bit as he's the governor of the planet, so you don't get to even roll for choosing setup zones in the next battle. You automatically lose, so we get the choice of setup zones next time, as he is not there to guide your forces.
Of course, if somebody hadn't deep struck their pigeon, we
I
could
killed him!
We could have captured him. Could have captured him and, you know, be toying with him. Going,
Look, this is Tazich. He is fickle in his ways. There was reason behind his madness.
I don't believe it. There's no madness.
Look at the carnage on this table there. There's blown up Imperial tanks everywhere.
Crashed
I
Valkyries.
can't believe that rhino is like,
Yeah, this rhino's just sitting here perfectly alive.
"Meh."
I've got a squad left in both of the bastions.
Yeah, they're dead. They're just surrounded by chaos now.
Don't leave us! Don't leave us!
Oh hell, I didn't even bother firing the Vindicator last turn
Yeah,
because
we
it's like
forgot. There's no line
I
of
didn't
sight.
fire the Helldrake either. I didn't even move the Vindicator.
Yeah.
There's no space.
What about you, John? What did you think?
Awesome game. Excellent thematic game. It felt like an old second ed game against the Nids where everything was going to die and you knew it, so all you had to do was just try and find that gap, try and escape. Try
I
and
think
survive.
we need to come to Party
Oh
Corner.
yes, Party Corner.
Oh, yeah. I just mentioned they had more points in Party Corner than we had on the table.
We got 2 obliterators who mishapped on Deep Strike and ended up here. We got the
Soul Grinder.
Soul Grinder that ended up here, and the
Chaos Dreadnought.
Chaos Dreadnought who rolled this turn and just went, "Where's the party,
I
man?"
think there should be 20 demonettes, but I couldn't be bothered to get them out of the box.
Hey, dude! Somebody said they were going to be demonettes here. What's going on, man?
I expected boobs, damn it.
Is this a sausage fest?
I did enjoy the whole 6x6 board as well.
Yeah, the
Yeah, this
board
is-
size was a
It's,
really good.
it's quite hard to make a 6x6 because usually if you're playing on 6x4 you end up with an 8x6. But this is, I think, the perfect size for this type of game.
Yeah, I think so as
We
well.
could happily reach into the middle from any angle. So yeah, really good size.
Well, you
table.
you designed the scenario, Mike. What did you think? How did it go?
Yeah, it's always hard because this is an unbalanced scenario and it's designed that way, but it's just luck basically on trying to guess that it will still actually be competitive. I mean, the Chaos were always going to win, but the fact that you got one off, we killed one and one got captured, that's a perfect result for me. because that's kind of like it's come out. We've each come out of the game with something, and we all had good fun. That's the main thing.
Just gonna pause. Just to finish off our end of battle report, I think I really enjoyed that game. Actually, I thought it was really tense. There were so many freaking castings coming in at every angle. It just felt like, oh my god, where do we go from here? What can we possibly do? And I like that when you have loads of decisions to make to try and avoid defeat.
From the chaos point of view, it's very much like we've got the force, but it's trying to bring it to bear. It was so crowded down here, all the dead tanks and stuff, that we just couldn't get line of sight on stuff. All your stuff was hiding behind tank carcasses, and we were deep striking so close that all of our stuff was mishapping off the board and things.
Off to party corner.
Yeah.
Well, you get so many forces keep coming in that you just felt sort of nonchalant about it. Yeah, we'll take the risk. It's
Yeah,
not
well,
like-
that's it.
Had
It's
to
like,
at that point, though.
dump
That's
it
the
down.
thing.
Who cares what
Like,
happens?
And we had to keep reminding ourselves that it's fine. Our men can die so long as we get these guys off.
It's very interesting playing a game where the fact most of the units on the board don't actually matter. It
Yeah.
really only mattered about those 3 single models. So you really could just throw your Imperial Guardsmen out the window. You didn't need them at all. They were just there to do a job of blocking a unit for a turn or something like that.
Jam, 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 jam.
Which the Ogrids did a very, very
Oh,
good
the
job
Ogrids
of.
are awesome.
Yeah, I love those.
The Bullgrins more important.
Bullgrins,
Yeah, that extra save and the shield just makes them a lot better.
Having the chimeras to try and get the guys off was really useful as well. The only problem was there were so many things firing on them. Like, imagine what it must have been like to actually be inside those chimeras.
Oh
Things picking off the outside,
Evil demonic creatures appearing out of the warp.
reaching above it. My god, I would have proper shat myself.
They would have kicked you out.
Yeah, they'd have punted you out of that kind
Jason is acting strangely. No, I thought it was pretty good, man. I'm really looking forward to the next scenario. On a little side note, we because we had some characters survive the mission, we get to roll on a table that Michael developed, and I got for my platoon commander, who survived the battle. He got an upgrade. Him and his squad now have tank hunters.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I really like that because they're a plasma gunner squad, so they'll be useful. John he rolled for his Calidus assassin because she was really mighty. And you got, what was it, +1 attack, John?
+1 attack.
Yeah, like she needs more attacks.
Ashen rolled for Boris, this guy down here.
Boris, he doesn't have a name as yet, but
And he got +1 toughness, so he's now a toughness 6 Chaos Lord.
Nice.
And that Chaos Lord over there got Master Tactics, wasn't it?
He gets to roll an additional Warlord trait every game. The only issue with that is I always forget to roll them. So I can now forget twice every game.
Woohoo!
Re-roll the forgotten roll.
woot, woot, woot.
Alright. Is there anything else we should mention?
So the next game, when we get time to do it, I'm moving in the next couple of weeks, so it might be a few weeks to go before we get the next battle report up, but it's going to be on an industrial table, and it's going to be as both sides rush to gather supplies for the ongoing conflict. So there'll be basically different objectives on the table to control and maybe try and gather as the game goes on, and then the side will gain bonuses for the next battle, which is quite a big one. The third battle is going to be a 2-table game, where the top table is going to be kind of like a reasonably open desert where there's going to be a big rolling tank battle, and then we're going to have a Zone Mortalis board underneath, and there'll be control stations in the Zone Mortalis board that control turrets on the big tank battle, so they'll be able to blow up tanks with your troops that are winning the
I'm really
hand-to-hand
looking forward to
combat
that
down
one.
below.
I think
Looking
that'll be
forward
really
to
good.
that.
That would be really a sort of a co-op game as well, because you're
Yeah, that's
relying
it.
on the guy down below to control those areas so that you can waste the tanks
Yep,
upstairs.
that's it. So that is the plan anyway. We'll see how we go.
Well, what about you guys? John, any final words?
Can I have a coffee?
I think I need a beer.
Nothing to say really. It was really good. I enjoyed the thematic game, and I think you guys should put some up yourselves.
Yeah,
Why not? Show us some thematic games.
Yeah,
With some
thematic
ideas.
with some narrative.
Some narrative, indeed.
How about you,
Make
Ash?
them write their rules, I really do encourage it.
I
so.
haven't played 40k
yeah,
in
me
the
too.
best part of a year, I think. Maybe, when was the last time I was on the same team as you? When
remember.
we were doing that?
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
or
another
two.
2-table game. That
Yeah.
was over a year ago. That was 2 years ago.
So basically, I've played 40k very rarely, and you know, I liked this. I enjoyed it. I was looking forward to it, and it was fun. And yeah,
It was quite funny listening to two of them argue about that stupid pigeon. Why did you put that there?
Because I could.
Michael's like, after you messed it up, you're all right, Ash, you take over now. That was good. I really enjoyed that. The table looked great. If the game was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope we'll be back soon with another battle report. Thanks for
Fingers
watching.
crossed.